जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Tuesday. It is the 6th of May. And it is Madhusudana Masa or Vaishaka Masa, Sukla Paksham and Dasami Tithi. There are no Vaishnavans in the calendar, but we are coming nearer to Ekadasi. So Ekadasi is on Thursday, the 8th of May. So today and tomorrow, Dasami is spread into 2 days. Ekadasi is on Thursday. Okay, so apart from that, no events today, so we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Uddhava is describing about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So saying that Krishna has departed from this material world. Krishna Jumani Nimloche. So the Krishna sun, it is now set, and then he was describing about the how unfortunate the family of Edo people and also the people of this material world, so they could not understand Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, the supreme personality of Godhead. So likewise in that sequence he was saying, so after his pastimes have completed, so and then he has removed his form from the sight of the ordinary materialistic people. So likewise he was mentioning प्रदर्शयत् प्रदस्य आतप्त तपसम् अवितृप्त दृशामृणाम् आदायान्तः अदाद्यस्तु स्वबिम्बं लोकलोचनम् स्वबिम्बं लोकलोचनम्. So he has taken out his form and he has gone back to his own abode. So likewise he has mentioned, and also in that part in the disappearance of Krishna, we have also seen some part from the angle of Mahabharata. So from the angle of, if we see, there is very beautiful pastimes in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Sukdev Goswami describes to Parikshit Maharaj. So due to the time yesterday, I took bit less of time. So here it gives the full-fledged insight of how Krishna has departed from this material world. So that Krishna, Srila Prabhupada is also describing this how Krishna has departed, and also Sukadeva Goswami mentions here. So this one is in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the text. So this is the 31st chapter. So here, why we are speaking, that's one disappearance of Lord Sri Krishna. So it gives sometimes so many misconceptions. So Prabhupada gives with an example of a magician, how he works. And Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura described that one. So just I'm going through some of the shloka before I move on to that shloka, Srimad Bhagavatam. So Sukadeva Goswami said, then Lord Brahma arrived at Prabhas along with Lord Shiva and his consort, the sages, the Prajapatis, and all the demigods headed by Indra. So this is at this particular point of time, Krishna is under the Ashwatha tree, and so this Jara has already showed the arrow to foot of Krishna, and also Krishna has given all instructions to Uddhava and Maitreya Rishi, and also he spoke to Dwaraka. Now he is there just so at this point of time Lord Brahma arrived at that along with Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati and sages, Prajapatis, all demigods headed by Indra. And the forefathers Siddhas, Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, and great serpents also came, along with the Charanas, Yakshas, Rakshasas, Kinnaras, Apsaras, and relatives of Garuda, and greatly eager to witness the departure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As they were coming, all these personalities variously chanted and glorified the birth and activities of Lord Shauri, Krishna. And O king, crowding the sky with their many airplanes, they showered down flowers with great devotion. Seeing before him Brahma, the grandfather of the universe, along with the other demigods, who are all his personal and powerful expansions, the Almighty Lord closed his lotus eyes, fixing his mind within himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, this is how he has departed. Almighty Lord closed his lotus eyes, fixing his mind within himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, here in this purport, according to Srila Sridhara Swami, Lord Krishna had previously answered all the prayers of Lord Brahma and other demigods who had requested the Lord to descend within this universe for the protection of his servants, the demigods. Now the demigods arrived before the Lord, each one desiring to take the Lord to his own planet. To avoid these innumerable social obligations, the Lord closed his eyes as if absorbed in samadhi. Srila Jiva Goswami adds that Lord Krishna closed his eyes to instruct the yogis how to leave this material or mortal world without attachment to one's mystic opulences. All the demigods, including Brahma, are mystic expansions of Lord Sri Krishna. And yet, the Lord closed his eyes to emphasize that one should fix one's mind on the Supreme Personality of Godhead when departing from this world. Without employing the mystic Agni meditation to burn up his transcendental body, which is the all attractive resting place of all the worlds and the object of all contemplation and meditation, Lord Krishna entered into his own abode. This is called own abode is the um, Dhama Avishet Swakam. So his own abode, entered into his own abode. So here, a yogi empowered to elect the moment of leaving his body can cause it to burst into flames by engaging in the yogic meditation called Agni, and thus he passes into his next life. The demigods similarly employ this mystic fire when being transferred to the spiritual world, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead is completely different from conditioned souls like yogis and demigods. Since the Lord's eternal spiritual body is the source of all existence, as indicated here by the words Lokabi, Lokabhiramam Swatanum, and Lord Krishna's body is the source of pleasure for the entire universe. The word Dharana Jhana Mangalam Dharana Dhyana Mangalam indicates that those trying for the spiritual elevation through meditation and yoga achieve all auspiciousness through meditation on the Lord's body. Since yogis are liberated simply by thinking of Lord Krishna's body, that body is certainly not material and therefore not subject to burning up by mundane mystic fire or any other type of fire. And Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura reminds us of Lord Krishna's statement in the 11th canto, chapter 14, verse 37. Vahni madhye smare dhrupam mama etad dhyana mangalam. Within the fire, one should meditate upon my form, which is the auspicious object of all meditation. So for this particular statement, Vahni madhye smare dhrupam Mama yeta dhyana mangalam. Sometimes when the sacrifice are happening, Havan is happening, we could see the form of Krishna with our materialistic eyes. So many pictures have been captured like that. You could observe uh, those videos or the pictures. So since Lord Krishna's transcendental form is present within fire as the maintaining principle, how can fire affect that form? Thus, although the Lord appeared to enter the mystic yoga trance, the word adagdva indicates that the Lord, since his body is purely spiritual, bypassed the formality of burning and directly entered his own abode in the spiritual sky. This point has also been elaborately explained by Srila Jiva Goswami in his commentary to this verse. So this is how Lord Krishna has, without burning his body, he simply closed his lotus eyes. So yesterday we have seen from the Bharatam perspective. So Arjuna was performing the final ceremony to Krishna and Balrama's bodies, and Vasudeva and Devaki. After that, he performed this one and many other Yadu family members. But here, so we could see uh, that is kind of a illusion for the atheistic people. Here, this is the true reflection on the spiritual point of view. So here, as soon as Lord Sri Krishna left the earth, the truth, religion, faithfulness, glory, and beauty immediately followed him. Kettle drums resounded in the heavens, and flowers showered from the sky. According to Srila Sridhar Swami, all the demigods were jubilant because each one thought Lord Krishna was coming to his own planet. Most of the demigods and other higher beings led by Brahma could not see Lord Krishna as he was entering his own abode, since he did not reveal his movements, but some of them did catch sight of him and they were extremely amazed. So when Krishna was departing to his abode, not many people can see. I mean, many demigods could see, but very few people they have caught the sight of the Lord when he was going to his own abode. And just as ordinary men cannot ascertain the path of a lightning bolt as it leaves a cloud, the demigods could not trace out the movements of the Lord Krishna as he returned to his abode. So when the lightning bolts, whenever it is falling from the sky or from the clouds during the thunders, during that point of time, we cannot trace out where it is going to fall, how quickly it goes. So in similar way, demigods could not catch the sight of Krishna when he was even moving, going to his own abode. So here, the sudden movements of lightning bolt are seen by the demigods but not by human beings. Similarly, the sudden departure of Lord Krishna could be understood by the Lord's intimate associates in the spiritual sky but not by the demigods. And then a few of the demigods, however, notably Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, could ascertain how the Lord's mystic power was working, and thus they became astonished. All the demigods praised the Lord's mystic power and then returned to their own planets. Although the demigods are virtually omniscient within this universe, they could not understand the movements of Lord Krishna's mystic potency. Thus, they were astonished. So, my dear king, you should understand that the Supreme Lord's appearance and disappearance, which resemble those of embodied conditioned souls, are actually a show enacted by his illusory energy, just like the performance of an actor. After creating this universe, he enters into it, plays within it for some time, and at last winds it up. Then the Lord remains situated in his own transcendental glory, having ceased from the functions of cosmic manifestation. And here this purport gives the very elaborate pastimes. This is what I'm waiting for. So according to Srila Jiva Goswami, the so-called fight among the members of the Edu dynasty was actually a display of the pastime potency of the Lord. Since Lord Krishna's personal associates are never subject to ordinary birth and death like conditioned souls. This being the case, certainly the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself is transcendental to material birth and death, as clearly stated in this verse. The word natasya of an actor or magician is significant here. Srila Viswanath Chakravarti Thakura tells the following story of a certain magician who exhibits the trick of dying. So kindly attentively hear this pastime. In front of a great king, a magician approaches a stack of valuable garments, jewels, coins, and so forth, all placed there by the king. Taking a jeweled necklace, the magician tells the king, "Now I am taking this necklace, and you can't have it." And he makes the necklace disappear. "Now I am taking this gold coin, you can't have it," he says, and makes the gold coin disappear. Next, challenging the king in the same way, the magician makes 7,000 horses disappear. Then the magician creates the illusion that the king's children, grandchildren, brothers, and other family members have attacked each other, and that nearly all are dead from the violent quarrel. The king hears the magician speaking and at the same time observes these things taking place before him as he sits in the great assembly hall. Then the magician says, O king, I no longer wish to live. Just as I have studied magic, so also by the mercy of the lotus feet of my guru, I have learned the mystic meditation of yoga. One is supposed to give up one's body while meditating in a holy place. And since you have performed so many pious activities, you are a holy place yourself. Therefore, I shall now give up my body. Thus speaking, the magician sits down in the proper yoga posture, fixes himself in pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi, and becomes silent. A moment later, a fire generated from his trance blazes forth out of his body and burns it to ashes. Then all the wives of the magician, distraught with lamentation, enter into that fire. 3 or 4 days later, after the magician has returned to his own province, he sends one of his daughters to the king. The daughter tells him, O king, I have just come to your palace, bringing along with me invisibly all your sons, grandsons, and brothers in good health, along with all the jewels and other items given by you. Please, therefore, give me whatever you consider fitting remuneration for the wisdom of the magic that has been exhibited before you. In this way, even by ordinary magic, one can simulate birth and death. It is not difficult to understand, therefore, that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although transcendental to the laws of nature, exhibits his illusory potency so that ordinary fools will think the Lord has left his body like a human being. Actually, Lord Krishna returned to his abode in his own eternal body, as confirmed throughout the Vedic literature. So here, Lord Krishna brought the son of his guru back from the planet of the Lord of Death in the boy's self-same body, and as the ultimate giver of protection, he saved you also when you were burned by the Brahmastra of Ashwadhama. He conquered in battle even Lord Shiva, who deals death to the agents of death, and he sent the hunter Jara directly to Vaikuntha in his human body. How could such a personality be unable to protect his own self? So here, to mitigate his own and Parikshit Maharaj's distress at the narration of Lord Krishna's departure from this world, Sri Sukadeva Goswami here gives several clear examples proving that Lord Krishna is far beyond the influence of death. Although the son of Lord Krishna's spiritual master, Sandipani Muni, had been taken by death, the Lord brought him back in his same body. Similarly, the power of Brahman cannot touch Lord Krishna, since Parikshit Maharaja, though burned by the Brahmastra weapon, was easily saved by the Lord. Lord Shiva was clearly defeated by Lord Krishna in the battle with Banasura, and the hunter Jara was sent to Vaikuntha planet in his same human body. Death is insignificant expansion of Lord Krishna's external potency and cannot possibly act upon the Lord himself. Those who actually understand the transcendental nature of Lord Krishna's activities will find convincing evidence in these examples. So here in the next shloka, all the Lord Krishna, being the possessor of infinite powers, is the only cause of the creation, maintenance, and destruction of innumerable living beings. He simply did not desire to keep his body in this world any longer. Thus, he revealed the destination of those fixed in the self and demonstrated that this mortal world is of no intrinsic value. So here, this is the last purport. Okay, although Lord Krishna descended to this world to save fallen souls, he did not want to encourage people in the future to loiter here unnecessarily. In other words, as soon as possible, one should perfect one's Krishna consciousness and go back home, back to Godhead. If Lord Krishna had remained longer on the earth, he would have unnecessarily increased the prestige of the material world. as stated by Sri Uddhava in the Srimad Bhagavatam 3 to 11. So, Pradarsyatah atapta tapasam avipta dushamrunam adayantaha adadyastu swabhimbam lokalochanam. This is the shloka that we have been discussing so far in our daily Bhagavatam. So, Lord Shri Krishna, who manifested his eternal form before the vision of all on the earth, performed his disappearance by removing his form from the sight of those who are unable to see him as he is due to not executing required penance. Buddha also states in the Bhagavatam 3 to 10, Devasya maya sprushta ye chanyad asad akritaha brahmite dihi na tadbhakyaihi atmani aptani atmani uktatmano haru Atmani Uttarpano Haru. Under no circumstances can the words of persons bewildered by the illusory energy of the Lord deviate the intelligence of those who are completely surrendered souls. One who follows the Vaishnava authorities in his attempt to understand Lord Krishna's transcendental disappearance easily appreciates that the Lord is the omnipotent personality of Godhead and that his spiritual body is identical with his eternal spiritual potency. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So here, the very beautiful pastimes, how Krishna has departed this from this material world, in what circumstances, we could understand how Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti describes as giving an example of a magician. Okay, so just wanted to bring that one because it is in the context that our sloka. So likewise, Buddha was speaking to Vidura here. Pradrasya atapta tapasam avitra dushamrunam adayantaha adabhyastu swabhimbam lokalochanam. So after that, now today Buddha is saying to Vidura, saying that and the Lord has his form, he has got a two-handed form, Tribhanga form. So that form, which is befitting to perform all his pastimes. In such a way, he has appeared, and which is all beautiful. Likewise, his body is always Bhushanangam. Likewise, he is glorifying the Lord's pastimes. Okay, we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 2, verse number 12. यन्मच्चलीलोपकयं स्वयोघ मायाबलं दर्शयता गृहीतं विस्मापनं स्वस्य च सौभगरुद्धेः परं पदं भूषणभूषणाङ्गम् यन्मच्चलीलौ औपयिकं स्वयोघ मायाबलं दर्शयता गृहीतं. This is Yanmachal Leela. Yanmachal Leela is his eternal form and Machalela Aupayikam. So to perform the pastimes in this mortal world, just suitable for the pastimes. Yan Machalela Aupayikam Swayogamaya Bhalam Swayogamaya Bhalam. Swayoga. So it is a single word, but it is split into two lines. Swayogamaya Bhalam. Potency of the internal energy. And Darshayata for the manifestation, Grihitam, he has discovered or he accepted that form, but it is his original form itself. Yan Machalela Opayakam Swayogha Maya Bhalam Darshayata Grihitam and Vismapitam Swasya, and it is wonderful of his own cha and Saubhaga Ruddhehe of the opulent, Saubhaga Ruddhehe of the opulent. Param Padam Bhoshanangam. Param Padam. Param is the supreme, Padam is the ultimate stand. Bhoshanangam. Bhoshana is the ornament, Bhoshanangam of the ornaments. He is the ornament of all the ornaments. So likewise, Uddhava is glorifying Krishna's beautiful form, which is befitting to perform all his pastimes on the earth. यन्मच्चलेल औपैकं स्वयोग माया बलं दर्शयता गृहीतं विस्मापनं स्वस्य च सौभगरुद्धेः परं पदं भूषणाङ्गम्. The translation for this shloka is, the Lord appeared in the mortal world by his internal potency, Yogamaya, He came in his eternal form, which is just suitable for his pastimes. These pastimes were wonderful for everyone, even for those proud of their own opulence, including the Lord himself in his form as the Lord of Vaikuntha. Thus, Sri Krishna's transcendental body is the ornament of all ornaments. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, can I request any unallocated devotees to read this purport, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I'll read. Hare Krishna everyone. In conformity with the Vedic hymns, Nityo Nityam Chetnas Chetanam, the personality of Godhead is more excellent than all other living beings within all the universes in the material world. He is the chief for all living entities, but no one can surpass him or equal to him in wealth, strength, fame, beauty, knowledge, or renunciation. When Lord Krishna was within this universe, he seemed to be a human being because he appeared in a manner just suitable for his pastimes in the mortal world. He did not appear in human society in his Vaikuntha feature with four hands because he would not have been suitable for his pastimes. But in spite of his appearing as a human being, no one was or is equal to him in any respect, in any of the six different opulences. Everyone is more or less proud of his opulence in this world. But when Lord Krishna was in human society, he excelled all his contemporaries within the universe. When the Lord's pastime are visible to human eye, they are called prakata, and when they are not visible, they are called aprakata. In fact, the Lord's pastime never stop, just as the sun never leaves the sky. The sun is always in his right orbit in the sky, but it is sometimes visible and sometimes invisible to our limited vision. Similarly, the pastimes of Lord are always current in one universe or the other. And when Lord Krishna disappeared from the transcendental abode of Dwarka, it was simply a disappearance from the eyes of the people there. It should not be misunderstood that his transcendental body, which is just suitable for the pastimes in the mortal world, is in any way inferior to his different expansions in the Vaikunt Lokas. His body manifested in the material world is transcendental par excellence, in the sense that his pastimes in the mortal world excel his mercy displayed in the Vaikunt Lokas. In the Vaikunt Loka, the Lord is merciful towards the liberated or Mukta living in entities. But in his pastimes in the mortal world, he is merciful even to the fallen souls who are Nitya Baddha or conditioned forever. The six excellent opulences which are displayed in the mortal world by the agency of his internal potency Yogmaya are rare in the Vaikunt Lokas. All his pastimes are manifested not by material energy but by his spiritual energy. The excellence of his Ras Leela or at Vrindavana and his householder life with 16,000 wives is wonderful, even from Narayana in Vaikuntha, and is certainly so for other living entities within this mortal world. His pastimes are wonderful even for the incarnations of the Lord, other incarnations of the Lord, such as Sri Ram, Narsingha, and Varaha. His opulence was so super excellent that his pastimes were adored even by the Lord of Vaikuntha, who is non different from Lord Krishna himself. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so beautiful. Um, so here, Prabhupada is describing Vedic hymns come Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. The personality of Godhead is more excellent than all other living entities. He is always the supreme. So that's why we use always the word supreme. He is the chief of all living entities. No one can surpass him. त्वां सूर्यभिः तत्त्वभुत्सयद्ध सदा अभिवादार्हण पादपीठम् ऐश्वर्यवैराग्ययशो बोध वीर्यश्रियपूर्तम् अहं प्रपद्ये. He is full in all opulences. Sada, Sada Pada, one has to worship his lotus feet. That is Krishna's. Tvam Surbhi Tattva Bhuvutsayadha. Sada, always one has to Pada Pita Arhanam. So, his lotus feet is always to be worshipped by everyone because Aishwarya Vairagya Shobhad Virishya Puttamaham Prapadje. And his form within this universe, he seemed to be a human being, but because he appeared in a mat, just suitable for his pastimes in the mortal world. Of course, there is very beautiful pastimes to think even with the gopis and all those things. And he did not appear in human society in his Vaikuntha feature with 4 hands. And on the request of Devaki and Vasudeva, so Lord has been again transformed into his 2-handed form, because that would not have been suitable for his pastimes if it is 4 hands. But in spite of his appearing as a human being, no one was or is equal to him in any respect in any of the 6 different opulences. So far, until this point also, if Prabhupada was saying, if you show someone is greater than Krishna, we will accept him as Supreme Personality of Godhead. Still, there is a challenge, but no one can surpass. So here, everyone is more or less proud of his opulence in this world, but when Lord Krishna was in human society, he excelled all his contemporaries within the universe. So this we can see in from the past times how Krishna has displayed. And whenever Krishna is visible to the human eyes, they are called Prakata. And then when they are not visible, they are called Aprakata. These are Aprakata, it goes on with the devotees. So they would be experiencing in day-to-day lives. So Krishna is acting, that is Aprakata. But devotees think everything is mercy of Krishna. So likewise, in the Vrindavana, we can see this kind of mood. So in fact, Lord Krishna's pastimes never stop just as and never leaves the sky. The sun is always in its orbit in the sky likewise. But sometimes it is visible, sometimes invisible to our limited vision. So even the devotees, they experience all these miracles in their lives. Behind the Krishna, these are all aprakata. So we cannot see Krishna's form, but these magics happens or miracles happens all the times with the devotees. So these pastimes always happen either in this universe or another universe like that. And disappearance of Krishna from Dwaraka, it was simply from the eyes of the people there. It should not be misunderstood that he stands in a body which is just suitable for the pastimes in this world, in any way inferior to his different expansions. So all his forms and expansion, Krishna is the original form, and all our expansions, all are of the transcendental. They are personal expansions. And his body manifested in material world is transcendental par excellence in sense in the pastimes of the mortal world excel. His mercy displayed in the Vaikuntha Lokas. In the Vaikuntha Lokas, Britya Dhrugasam, Britya Prasadabhimukam Dhrugasam, the Lord, he is always sitting in showing his glances onto his devotees. Britya Prasadhabhimukam Durgasavam, Prasadhabhimukam, to please and to give benedictions to his devotees in the Vaikuntha Loka. Swanam Rodayaha, Swanam Rodayaha. So there he increases the pleasure of all the devotees in the Vaikuntha Lokas. But here, in the Vaikuntha Lokas, the Lord is merciful toward the liberated or Nitya Mukta. So this is Tvam Nitya Mukta Parishuddha Vibhuddhatma Kotastadi Purusho Bhagwan Tridishaham. So this is Bhagwan Tridisha, Kotastadi Purusho, all the living entities, Nitya Muktas in the Vaikuntha Lokas. Tvam Nitya Mukta Parishuddha Vibhuddhatma Kotastadi Purusho Bhagwan Tridishaha. So this is Dhruva Maharaja's prayers. But in his pastimes in the mortal world, he is merciful even to the fallen souls who are nitya bhaddhas, are conditioned. So by giving opportunity for them to see and so that they can, if they render a little bit of service, then they will be progressed in their spiritual life. So likewise, he is also more merciful to the Nitya Baddhas. And because by his expansion as a spiritual master and these gurus, Nitya Siddha gurus, so they wander Janasya Krishna Vimkasya Deva Adharma Silasya Sudikkitasya Anugrahayeha Charanti Nunam Bhutani Bhavyani Dhanadhanasya. The spiritual master wander around the world and the planet to give the Krishna conscious knowledge to everyone who are all far away from Krishna. So that is there. And in such a way, the Lord is more merciful here in that mortal world. So the six excellent opulences which he displayed in the mortal world by agency of his internal potency, Yogamaya, are rare even in the Vaikuntha Lokas. All his pastimes were manifested not by the material energy but by his spiritual energy. So this is again uh, Yogamaya Samavritaha. And his pastimes by his Yogamaya, he performs Rasa Leela at Vrindavana and his householder life with 16,000 wives at the same time. Even it is wonderful even for Narayan in the Vaikuntha and is certainly so for the living entities within the material world. So Narayana, when he was glorifying Krishna uh, in the in the Goloka, when he went to the Goloka there, he offers his prayers. It is in the beginning of the creation. Varam Varenyam Varadam Vararham Varakaranam Karanam Karananam Cha Karma Tat Karma Karanam Tapas Paladam Shashwas Tapasvi Sanchitapasam Vande Navaganasyamam Swatma Ramam Manoharam Nishkamam Kamarupam Cha Kamagnam Kamakaranam Sarvam Sarveshwaram Sarvabhejarupam Anuttamam Vedarupam Vedabhavam Vedokta Paladham Palam Vedajnam Tadbhidanam Cha Sarva Veda Vidamvaram. So the Lord Narayana glorifies Krishna in such a way, very beautifully. Vande Navaganisyamam Swatmaramam Manoharam. So beautiful, O Krishna. You are the Karanam Karananam Cha Karma Tat Karma Karanam. You are the cause of all causes. Varam Varenyam Varadam Vararham Varakaranam. Very beautiful things in the he Narayana glorifies Krishna. So here in the second canto, 10th chapter, where Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning about Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, who is also called Narayana. Okay, so here that is wonderful even to Narayana. His pastimes are wonderful even for the incarnations of the Lord, such as Sri Rama, Nrsimha, and Varaha. In the last night, when Radha Sevika Mataji was describing in the Ramayana time, Ramachandra has carved Gopinath, the deity, personally, and saying that this is my form in the age of Kali Yuga, so I'm going to appear like that. So I'm sorry, in the age of Dwaraka, sorry, in the age of Dwapara Yuga. So likewise, that form, Ramchandra said to Sita Mata about the form that is the Krishna's form, such as Sri Rama, Nrsimha, and Varaha. So it is wonderful even for those incarnations. His opulence was so super excellent that his pastimes were adored even by the Lord of Vaikuntha, who is not different from Lord Krishna himself. Even Karnadak Sai Vishnu also has desired to see Krishna and Arjuna. He has stole the Brahmana's children. So that one he also mentioned. He is desiring to see Krishna and Arjuna. Okay, so in such a way, whatever Krishna does, it is always wonderful. That is the uh, essence of the purport Prabhupada is giving. It is wonderful even for the Krishna's expansions. Okay, so likewise here Uddhava is mentioning Yanmacha Leela Upaikum Swayogha Maya Bhalam Darshyata Gruhitam Viswapanam Swasya Saubhagaruddehe Parampadam Bhoshana Bhoshanangam. Parampadam Bhoshana Bhoshanangam. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam Kejai. It is a very so beautiful in the Srimad Bhagavatam going and entering into the pastimes of the Lord. Okay, so we shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today it is a letter to Jadurani, July 31st, 1970, Los Angeles. It is a small letter only. Can I request any another unallocated devotee to read this letter, please?
Shall I read, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Please, my dear Jadurani, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge received your letter dated 28th of July 1970. Krishna can spend himself in various ways with his different wives. You are not only advanced student in painting, but also Krishna consciousness. So always pray to Krishna how you shall draw the painting, and I think it will come out nice. My another request to you is that because I am going to the Eastern Hemisphere countries, I wish to establish as many branches as possible on that side. As you know, as you know me very well from the very beginning, I shall require many pictures of Panchatattva, either Sankirtana or standing five together. Also, the pictures of Acharyas. Wherever a Sankirtana temple will be established, I shall require at least three pictures, namely your spiritual master, my spiritual master, and the Panchatattva, as they are being worshipped in the first apartment of the temple here in Los Angeles. These pictures may be painted on a canvas, oil painting, and when it is dried up, they may be rolled all together and dispersed by post airmail. The frame works may be done locally. Paraffin paper may be placed between painting so that they will not stick. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever Ulasha, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Any takeaway points, Prabhuji?
Yeah, a couple of takeaway points. One is Prabhupada is saying, Jadurani, that always pray to Krishna and Krishna will always show the way. The best thing will come out of you by that way. And another takeaway point is Panchatattva and Guru and Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada's Guru. Their picture is the main for all our altars. Yeah, these are the 2 points I took from there. And another thing is Prabhupada is so particular about everything, like the way how the painting should be painted, how the painting should be sent, what should go in between the painting. So he's so affectionate to these pictures and this Panchatattva and his Guru's picture. Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Nicely explained. Okay, any other points, dear devotees, you wanted to add? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. So here Prabhupada is mentioning one point is that you need to paint your spiritual master and my spiritual master. When we have got Diksha Guru and then Guru of Guru, so these two are essential. So as they are being worshipped in the first apartment of the temple here in Los Angeles. Okay, so that is how we connect to Guru Parampara. Okay, so that is Prabhupada is giving here, and Prabhupada is mentioning mercy of Krishna is always there, like that. Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the updates point of view, so today is Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. Preaching practice session. So by Indulekha Mataji at 8 p.m. Okay, that is our upcoming event. And dear devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly share. Hare Krishna. If you have got any questions on the Bhagavatam that we have read this morning, maybe we can hear those things and in the evening session at 8 p.m. Okay, if there are no further updates from the devotees, then we shall conclude and continue with further japa. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण, जय एवरीवन। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर